Hello and welcome to my channel. So nice to reconnect with you again. If you're new to my channel, if you're a new subscriber, welcome. So happy to have you here. Today I'm going to talk about a very interesting and very important topic that I was talking about back in May, June 2019 and also all the way until now. And when considering all of these happenings currently with the pandemic, it was so important that I do this video so that everybody can understand what's going on and what is going to be happening next. Not only next after the pandemic, but also for the next 20 and then the next 200 and 2000 years. I know it's such an interesting topic, but the things that I have been seeing since June in terms of what's going to happen in November and December 2019 and January, February 2020 all actually happened, and that's why I believe that this is such an important video, and I hope this will be helpful for all of you. Comment down below. I would love to chat with you there, and I would love to learn more about what you think about this type of topics. Let's backtrack a little bit, and let me backtrack and tell you what I have been saying back then in around May and June. So I was saying that in November and December 2019 there are going to be very extremely heavy energies which are similar to the energies in 2001. If you remember, 2001 was an extreme difficult year, not only globally but also on a personal level. And I was also saying that these extremely heavy energies and difficult energies will be intensified in January and February 2020, and this will also continue towards the middle of the year, but the most extremes will be November, December and January, February. And that's actually happened. Let me tell you why. And let me also tell you that I was saying that there will be also unexpected deaths happening, which also happened, and I will talk about this in a minute. The energies in 2001 was so severe that if you think back, and I'm sure that you will remember those days and those times because it was so difficult for all of us around the globe, and many things have changed since then until today. September 11, right? September 11, 2001 was such an important time globally because it was so difficult, and everything has changed after that. Since then, extreme checks in airports and the surveillance, etc., this all intensified because that event happened. And also when we think about more personally, for example, in my life, 2001 was such an extremely difficult year for our family, for me personally. So many unexpected and so many difficult things that happened that year. Plus we had two unexpected deaths in our family. My oldest cousin died from a car accident while he was not even driving. This was like a huge event in our family. We were so devastated. And then 3 months later, out of the sudden, my uncle died, which was also super unexpected. So it was just such a difficult time, and I know many of you will remember those times in 2001. So that energy, the similar energy, Pluto and Saturn is coming so close together that it affects the same energies we are experiencing or have experienced in November and December, and the similar energies a much heavier way in January and February. So let me tell you again, back up a little bit, what happened in November and December 2019. So those were the times where we were really close to collude with Iran, right? But we, meaning United States and Iran, we were so close to get into a war. It was really, really that close. And especially we had so many back-to-back earthquakes during those times, right? In November, December, and in January. And that was the time right after back-to-back this earthquakes around the globe, as well as the upraise of the humanity against the suppression of the governments, uprise in Afghanistan, in Lebanon, right, in Egypt, in Turkey. There were so many uprise that the people actually finally raising up against the unfairness by the governments around the globe. That all happened. I was talking about all of this in May and June 2019, and then I also said that the more heavier energies will be happening in January and February, which also happened with the pandemic. We saw that the virus actually really spread out in January and February around the globe, and it was but we are currently in this pandemic. So this means that these energies had reached actually a peak. It slowly will go down. It will slowly go down, and I'm not talking about the science of this. The science, I have talked about the science in our cancer channel, cancer nonprofits channel on Cancer Education and Research Institute, and there you can listen to all of our scientific videos, talked all about the science there. This is a different level. This is another level besides the scientific virology part. Those are in another channel, but here I'm talking about a completely different scenario here, completely different energies and what's actually happened on another level. And it doesn't necessarily mean it's not scientific, it's just I'm talking about what will happen, and you will see that actually will happen. Logically, it makes also a lot of sense when you put together all the pieces. What I'm doing is I only put for you the pieces together so that you can understand the totality of the entire situation. This will go all the way really in a high level until the mid of the year, slowing down towards the end of the year, and at the end of the year is the time when we finally are completely shifting and changing and leave all of this past behind us and raising up to a completely new level and a completely new stage, leading to the next 200 and the next 2000 years. Why? Because we are already entered into age of Aquarius, and I will talk about this in a second. And before I go into this, I also want to mention that I had mentioned previously, like last year, that unexpected deaths will happen. Kobe Bryant, the NBA basketball player, also passed away with his daughter. It was also super shocking. Nobody had expected that. All of this and the economic changes, right, and the economic situation uncertainty, it's all together, it's all on a peak level. And the peak level is because we are ending and have ended and really are this final until December 2020. We are in this final, the last crumble of the 2000 years of the Piscean age. The Piscean age is the time, the last 2000 years is when religions were born, and through the religions what happened was the suppression of the people started more and more, because the empires were built based on these religions, where manpower was starting to raise and the female power was starting to reduce. The man was the more powerful, the female was suppressed and more suppressed, and the empires were using religion, right, to expand their politics, they expand their countries, they expand their empires, expand their agendas, and more economic differences started to raise between the upper class and the lower class, and the upper class and lower class. And I'm talking about, yes, not only these times, but starting from 2000 years, like this last 2000 years, where if you think of the Ottoman Empire, right, where the Muslims using, you know, the Islam to expand their empire and it grow, right? It was okay to kill people. In the Byzantine Empire, used the Christianity to spread the Christianity. The same thing with Judaism. All of these religions were raised because it was necessary to bring more and more the upper class versus the lower class, the rich class versus the poor class, the male dominance versus the female dominance. And it was really more and more stretch, and the world has come into the time where we are experiencing now. And if you follow the news for the last 2 and 3 years, you would see that many countries have now started to raise. The people understood that it is now time to, we can't stand this anymore. The females with the Me Too movement said, oh, no more, we are headed, we are equals, right? We are not suppressed anymore. So the females, the women raised up. The people after 25 years, the Afghans, right, in Afghanistan, they finally raised up against what happened in their country. As I said, the Lebanese, the Egyptians, and Turks, and in all of the other countries, and also in the United States, right? Everybody was starting to feel that, we had it with the poorness, we had it with the suppressed female, underrepresentation, inequality at work, and the governments, the dictatorship, the leadership was more and more suppressive, and the people were starting to really, we can't anymore. It was just this tension. That is actually what is now coming into culmination with all of this, because we are ending the last step of the cycle of the 2000 years of the Piscean age. We are turning into, and we actually just have turned into the Aquarian age. What does that mean? What is Aquarius? Aquarius, it's all about technology, science, vision, new ideas, the universe. It rules the space. It rules the planets. So you will see that the next 20, 200, 2,000 years, we will have a huge development in space science, in space research. A lot of space-related science and technology will actually raise up dramatically. Technology and medical breakthroughs, Aquarius rules breakthroughs. Aquarius also is a little bit out there. This means Aquarius is a little bit between the earth and the space. So like there's different types of visions and understandings of the world and of the planets, and how we do all live together in this world, in this planet, and also in this universe. And we'll be more understanding about the universe. And religions will start to dissipate. It will go away, because Piscean energy, which these religions rules more about the Pisces with Piscean energies, but the more this vision and more this universe and different dimensions, this all ruled Aquarius. So the actual religions will dissipate for the next between 200 and 2000 years. So definitely expect that. I don't know if we will ever see this, in our lifetime, but actually this will happen. And also, this is one part of the Aquarius, but the other part of Aquarius is that Aquarius rules equality. And it rules helping others, it rules communities. There will be a lot of people working on non-profits, helping others, less corporations that actually accumulates the money. It will be more distributed between the people, because the people will be equal, the people will be more equal, and the economy will change in a way that it will not accumulate it in the top, but will be distributed, because the people will raise and tell about that we are equal. The equality will raise, because Aquarius rules equality between the people. There will be no like big chunks here and the lower class here. It will be all equal. And this brings me to the pandemic. It had to happen. It had to happen. It had to happen. Why? Because in order for us naturally, which is naturally by design, it will happen. We are in this age. We are going towards that. If you like it or not, we will going in that direction anyway. So this means that the world, in order to the entire world and the economy to change, we had to go through this pandemic. As you can see around the globe, this was such a trigger. It also on many levels between people, right? People understood what it meant to be at home. People understood what it meant to be, we have no money. People understood what it meant to be alone and not having anybody next to them. People understood what it meant to be separated from their loved ones. People understood that we now have to take care of our health. People understood we have to wash our hands. People understood that we actually need to be clean. Our body has to be clean, and the new cleaning, actually the cleaning rules that we knew were there but never used to do. People understood that it was important that we have a little bit money in our savings for any kind of emergency, and people understood that the current system doesn't allow that. We still are waiting for our stimulus check, right? But it's not arrived. So we all are together in this. That's the Aquarius stage. We are all together in this. The rich is similarly affected and the poor is similarly affected. We are now equal. Do you see? Because it's a virus. For example, like a disease like cancer, right? Or another disease. It doesn't discriminate about poor and rich, and it's, if you got it, you got it. That's it. I mean, the virus doesn't go to, oh, you're rich, we don't touch you. Oh, you're poor, let me infect you. No. Everybody is in this together. We are in the same boat. Nobody cares if you are rich. Nobody cares if you are poor. We are all in this together. This means we all experience the same challenge. But now, what happened was the governments finally understood, oh gee, we have to take care of our people. Now the governments finally understood we have to take care of our people. We have to make sure they are okay. We have to make sure they have money. Let us send them help. Let us help them by sending them stimulus checks, etc. People finally understood that the small business are the bread and butter of the economy. This is all happening because it had to happen. Otherwise, we would not be able to understand and transition into the Aquarius stage, because this had to happen. What will happen next? Let me tell you what will happen next. because of this economic change that happened, right, or actually currently happening, this unbelievable shake-up. That's good, that's good. It's horrible right now, I know, but in a long term, because going forward we'll start to work from home. More and more people will start work from home. More and more people will start work individually. More and more people will communicate online. See, again, the Aquarius age, like the technology, online, everything will be different. More communities will come together, people helping more and more to each other. But see, Aquarius, it's not more of this, yeah, the pink colored glasses are now gone. Everything is now crystal clear because it's Aquarius. Crystal clear Aquarius vision. If you know an Aquarius, you know the eyes of an Aquarius. It's like they're looking into a completely different dimension, right? They look through you in a complete different dimension. That's the vision of Aquarius. That's why it has to happen, and more individualized. For example, it will not be this corporate work people accumulate in one place. It will be more like working from home, working remotely, and more different types of schooling will happen. And this is all the setup stage for the upcoming next 20, 200 and 2000 years. So it is such an important time for us, and I will talk more about this as we go. If you like this, if you like me to talk more about this, let me know in the comments down there, and I will love to chat with you there. But this is important, folks. This, I want to tell you that, but for now, stay calm, stay home. Don't be depressed, please do not be depressed. Think of it more of it from a different level, the things that I just talked about, because all had to happen so that we have a better future. Seriously, it is much brighter in the future than we experienced for the last 2000 years, because it was all about suppression, all about dictatorship, all about suppression of women and raising up of the man, the money, the rich, the poor. Everything was so separated. Pink colored glasses, everybody was like just brainwashed. But now, no more. This is a completely different age. Crystal clear, equality, people helping each other, communities, non-profits, technology side, and equal distribution of money, different type of work environments. Everything will change, the learning will change, the schooling system will change. So look forward to that, but we have to go through this period, okay? So we still have to go through that. The best thing what you can do, what we can do all together in this, please stay home, right? Stay home and wash your hands more often, clean the surfaces that you use often, disinfect the surface that you use often. This includes the doorknobs, the cell phones, your laptops. If you are not sick, do not have symptoms, if you go constantly outside, this means you can be also transmitting it. If you don't have symptoms, but you can transfer to another person, so you can be a vector. So don't be this vector, so please stay home and make sure that you do not go outside unless you actually really have to, meaning groceries, for example, right? And this doesn't mean you have to go every day to the grocery store. Just buy for something for 2 weeks. Do not go outside for 2 weeks and then take grocery, come back home, take a shower, don't touch anything, in order to flatten the curve. The sooner we are working together in this and stay at home, do not go outside, the quicker we can flatten the curve. Otherwise it will be continue on all the way to the end of the year. We do not want to have that, right? So definitely stay home, take care of yourself. If you need any help, definitely call your doctor if you feel any symptoms, and we have information on our organization's website as well. Definitely check that out. So yeah, Thank you so much for watching. Did you like this video? If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you like, you can also subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate that. Actually, I really like to have you. And if you like this topic and if you want to talk more about this, I would like to invite you to the comment box down below. Happy to chat with you there and happy to see you in the next video. So thank you so much for watching. See you then. Take care, be safe, stay home, be healthy and be happy, okay? Bye-bye.